Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking Transformers, and Dave Batista hates Transformers? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video, but before we get into it, I want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you stay up to date with all my Transformers content. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this detail, which has begun to appear online, is because I'm a fan of WWE, as you've seen from my YouTube channel. I'm a fan of Batista, and of course, I'm a fan of Transformers. And Batista, this past week on Monday Night Raw, returned to the WWE by attacking the Nature Boy Ric Flair on his birthday. How could you? Now, apparently this is supposed to set up a match with the game Triple H at WrestleMania, but Batista has also been talking a lot about his acting career too, and he's taken a couple of jabs at Bumblebee star John Cena. Now, I'm going to read you those quotes, but it's quite interesting this because I talked about before, who would you like to see in a lead role for a Transformers movie? And I did mention Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I will link that video in the description box below if you want to go and check it out. But Batista's name could also have been up there, I guess, until now. So let me read you the quotes from the Express. They've said this: "Do not compare me to The Rock or John Cena," Batista told the Tampa Bay Times. "Everyone does it. Those guys are wrestlers who became movie stars. I'm something else. I'm a wrestler, now an actor." Now, Batista goes on, and this is where he takes a little bit of a jab at Transformers. "Rock was in a way a movie star before he even was a movie star. There's something about him that's really special. I'd never take that away from him. Would I consider him a great actor? No. I want good roles. I don't care about the Fast and the Furious or Bumblebee. That's not the kind of stardom I want. I want to be in Dune. I want to work with Sam Mendes and Jodie Foster. I want to work with Academy Award winners. I'm proud to be a character actor. I want that respect and credibility and education." So, in terms of the title of this video, I was poking fun at that term hate because I don't really think that's there, but the majority of articles that have appeared online have used that in block capitals to try and, I think, stir the pot. But what Batista is saying here is quite valid, but I would like to counter it just a little bit because Batista is saying that he doesn't want to be typecast like a John Cena or a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which he feels has happened where they've just become comedy and action stars. He wants to pave a path where he picks up roles, he gets credit for those roles, then he moves into a different role and reinvents himself. So I kind of dig that. I like that thought process in terms of an acting style. I like the fact that he's not satisfied to be typecast and just do the same types of movies. But I would say this: has Batista seen Bumblebee? Because that was a very different Transformers film. Now, if he's comparing it to the Bayverse, then I'd completely understand why he wouldn't want to be in a Transformers film. But with Bumblebee and the fact that Hasbro and Paramount are moving this franchise into a new direction, I kind of think that Batista would have been a great candidate for a role as a lead cast member. But now he said this, it appears that it's not going to be an option. But I am one of those people that kind of maybe thinks that Batista hasn't seen Bumblebee. Because if he had, he may have seen that the opportunity was there to, to take this franchise, reinvent it, and keep up this momentum that we've had off the back of Bumblebee. The Bumblebee movie, yes, John Cena played a role which you could say is his standard type of role. In fact, John Cena didn't really play anything other than John Cena in Bumblebee the movie. It felt very John Cena, and you'll know what I mean if you actually see him in WWE. He was kind of talking out at times, breaking the third wall, and those sort of things is what Cena likes to do in WWE also. But because of this entire reboot, because of the fact that Hasbro and Paramount want to focus more on reinventing this franchise, making it more towards what the fandom would want, And you know, very much the respect that has come from Marvel is because of the attention to detail and the thought process that they give towards their fans. I'm just a bit bemused why Batista wouldn't want to be involved in that. That's different to just being typecast as an action or a comedy talent in Hollywood. So I want to get your views and opinions on this, and it also brings me nicely onto the topic which I've been planning to talk about for quite some time. Who do you want to see as a lead cast actor for a future Transformers film? Because I spoke about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recently. I said that, you know, again, it's linked in the description box below. I thought that he would be a great person to take the franchise forward. We've had Mark Wahlberg, and maybe it's not the right time to have another muscle character like The Rock. But with Batista saying, no, I don't want to do it either. Who would you like to see? Initially, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was approached first to do Transformers Age of Extinction and Transformers The Last Knight. He turned it down. Mark Wahlberg took it up. So I'm not sure how many of you know about that, but that is what was detailed online about it. So with that, it's very interesting. I wonder how much better the films would have been if The Rock was there. Do you think it would have improved Age of Extinction and The Last Knight? I don't know. I think that was all down to the writers. It wouldn't have mattered. I actually like Mark Wahlberg in Transformers films. I actually like Mark Wahlberg as an actor, but the scripts that he was given for Transformers just did not work for me. The Cade Yeager character, in my opinion, was poor, and I couldn't really imagine The Rock playing Cade Yeager, if you see what I mean. But I'll put it to you, because we're in a sort of time period where casting is becoming more and more important. You know, Hailee Steinfeld being cast in Bumblebee the movie was, you know, pretty much a huge reason of its success. So, you know, Hasbro and Paramount will need to think very carefully of who they want to cast as human characters for the lead role for future Transformers films if they are to continue and be a success. We've got the debate at the moment who's going to be the next Batman coming out of DC now that Ben Affleck has said it's no more. There's that debate, is Henry Cavill going to continue and be Superman, or are they going to look to recast? So there's plenty of things going on at DC when it comes to recasting and planning out the future of their franchise, and it just shows the importance of getting casting right. So I thought this was a nice topic to cover and add this in there to ask you the question, who do you think would be a great lead cast role for a Transformers film? Actor or actress? I just want to know. I want your views and opinions in the comment section. I think Hailee Steinfeld was a masterstroke for Bumblebee the movie. Isabella Moner for Transformers The Last Knight, I'll be honest, I didn't like the character that she portrayed. I didn't really feel that, you know, I had any connection to her as that character. But Hailee Steinfeld in Bumblebee, there was a connection. I felt drawn in at times, and that's why I really loved Hailee Steinfeld's portrayal, and she deserves all the credit she's been given in that role as Charlie Watson. So get involved, let me know what you think, and you know, I don't take the comments personally as a Transformers fan from what Batista has said. And towards John Cena and The Rock, it's not so much of a jab, it's just him defining where he wants his career to go as an actor. And The Rock, you know, he's just a mega star. And I think that's what Batista's trying to say. I don't want to be a mega Hollywood star. I just want to be an actor that takes roles that I enjoy and carve them out to be my own. So that is the defining difference, and that's why he doesn't want to be associated with the likes of the Fast and the Furious. But I would say that he might be a bit quick to judge Transformers with this whole transitional period as we move into a reboot. So let me know, get involved in the conversation. I thought it was an interesting article to cover. Quite a few are spinning this online with that hate. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention, but because of course I'm a fan of wrestling, I'm a fan of WWE, I really enjoyed Batista's return this week to Monday Night Raw. I thought it was very much worth me talking about this, being a wrestling and Transformers fan. What a perfect combination. I was happy when John Cena was cast in Bumblebee, and I just thought this was an interesting article to cover. So get involved, and I guess all that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe. Who would you cast in the future as a lead role for Transformers films? Let me know. And this is Delzinski signing out.